Yo dudes!
Welcome to easy, delicious, yummy spaghetti bolognese sauce.
And as we said earlier, the beautiful thing about learning how to make your own sauce is that you can control the amount of salt and the quality of the ingredients, because many of the store-bought sauces or pre-prepared ones have added fat, added sweetener, and may not be as good as you think they are.
Yeah, so we're gonna make a spaghetti bolognese. We're gonna make about 800 ml and we're gonna keep 400 for tomorrow. It's quick, it's easy. The sauce itself takes 10 minutes and we're gonna turn it into dinner for you and show you how easy it is. Okay, so first step, put a pan on a high heat. We're gonna go in with about a tablespoon of oil.
We're going to base our bolognese in a simple Italian soffritto, so it's very like a French mirepoix. It's the base vegetables which create the undertone of flavour. So oil is nice and hot. We have one onion which we've diced reasonably finely.
That was a huge onion, that was like 2 onions.
Okay, that was a large onion, excuse me. So it's a white onion we've gone with. So the base of a soffritto is I have onion, I have garlic, I have a little bit of celery, and I have some carrot. I've grated the carrot. So with our soffritto, I want to make our little bits nice and small. So our celery, I'm going to chop nice and finely. Okay, once the onions start to brown, as you see, one side of them is starting to brown, so we really do want them to brown. Brown is an indication of flavour development as opposed to caramelising. We want to brown them. So now we've gone in with our
a carrot. We've got one carrot, probably about 100 grams of carrot. We grated it.
And the reason why we've grated and we're using the carrot is the second sweetest of all vegetables. So it's going to offset the acidity that could often be in the tomatoes.
I always find with carrot, just make sure and add a decent pinch of salt, as it's going to help it release its flavours.
I have 2 cloves of garlic and I have that 1 stalk of celery. And last, chilli. Again, this is a personal choice. If you like it, include it. If you don't, don't. But what it's going to do is just add an extra dimension, a sudden little bit of back of the throat heat.
Okay, so we fried that down for about 5 minutes altogether. It's time to add in the base ingredients to our sauce, or the rest of the ingredients. So we've got 2 tins of tomatoes. 1 is chopped tomatoes and 1 is whole cherry tomatoes. If you can get whole cherry tomatoes, you'll get them in those supermarkets, but it'll mean to be a bit more texture to our dish, as you will see.
So that's 2 400 ml or 2 400 gram tins of chopped tomatoes. Time to balance the acidity off, because tomatoes can be a little bit of acidic. The carrot will balance some of it, but time to add a little bit of sweetener. We're going to go with 1.5 tablespoons of maple syrup.
Loads.
Time to add a little bit more body to our sauce. We have how much?
100 gram.
We have 100 gram of tomato puree, also known as tomato concentrate. What that is where they take a tomato sauce really and they evaporate all the moisture until it becomes highly concentrated. So it's going to add more body, more colour, more richness, and more kind of intense tomato flavour.
Yeah, really well. It's great. Really important to use.
So the sauce is looking lovely and rich. Time to season it. Seasoning, many people can see as a dark art, but in essence what you're trying to do is balance sweet, acidic, bitter, salty, and umami. Obviously umami is going to come from the tomatoes themselves. We're going to add a little bit of salt.
It's a nice balance at the moment. So personally, it's kind of you got the acidity coming from the tomatoes. You got a little bit of sweetness from the maple syrup and the carrot. It definitely needs a bit more salt just to bring it all together.
So taste to your own palate. Just add a little bit and just taste it again. I know roughly, I'm going to put in about half a teaspoon there. I'm going to put a pinch of black pepper. Black pepper is normally back of the throat, as opposed to chili is normally more intense in your mouth.
And a great top tip here, if you've got any kids and they don't really like veg or they don't like chunks and anything, just blend this sauce, because it ends up coming together and they won't know what vegetables they're eating, which is great.
Take your fresh basil, just take the stalks. This is a nice way of incorporating more flavour, and just chop the stalks. Chop it finely. This is just going to add a little bit more flavour, a little bit of fleck, and you'll keep the leaves then for when you go to serve the dish.
And if you're looking to learn more about cooking, we've got an ultimate vegan cooking course, which we've had thousands of people do from all over the world. And it's trying to teach you how to cook where you don't need recipes, where you understand frameworks, like kind of the basic sauces or things like that. It's really good. I'll put a link down below. But okay, so that's the sauce done. I'm going to put half of it aside, probably 500 grams of it, so we can keep it until tomorrow.
And then we're going to make a dish.
So the great thing about that sauce is if you're sick of if you don't want to eat it 2 days in a row, we showed a great recipe for a tikka masala sauce. Your friend could make that and you could swap jars.
Alternatively, these sauces freeze really well and they'll last for about a week in the fridge. So now to bring this and turn it into a dish, we got a pan on high heat. We're going to go with a nice generous tablespoon of oil. While that warms up, we have some oyster mushrooms or mushrooms of choice. Any type of a meaty mushroom that you like. Oyster, I like shiitake, chestnut, portobello, anything like that. Just chop it into kind of longer strips.
Okay, so we fried down the mushrooms for about 4 minutes. I used a bit of compression, as in I added a pot on top of it. And I'm going to go in there with about a tablespoon or 2 of tamari.
Tamari and mushrooms, as you know, if you're used to our channel, is a marriage made in heaven.
It really is. It's beautiful. Okay, so literally I find within about a minute the tamari has been absorbed into the mushrooms, and now we're just going to put the dish together. I'm going to make this for 1 2 people, so do you want a bit of sauce in here?
So we cooked spaghetti, cooked noodles of choice. I went with wholemeal because I prefer to have it higher in fibre. And then I have some fresh basil leaf to go through it. Top tip, if your sauces are looking a little bit tight and a little bit dry, keep a little bit of pasta water, with which the water that you cooked your pasta in, it'll have a natural starchiness and salt to it. Just add a little tiny bit. And just stir it around and incorporate it.
And that's it, boom.
Easy.
Delicious, simple, easy spaghetti bolognese. The sauce itself, as we said, will last 3 days in the fridge. It freezes fantastically well. All you'll simply do is boil your pasta, cook up some sort of veg. We love mushrooms. You could put some sort of tinned lentils or any type of thing like that, and you make a fantastic spaghetti bolognese. It really is. So in terms of it, if you do want to make it a little bit healthier, obviously use slightly less oil and try to use wholemeal pasta. Look at that for banging, it really is. And like one thing which I love to do with something like this is add chili flakes. I find it's great. I just love that extra bang of chili.
I love a bit of onion.
Mushrooms are meaty, sauce is rich, sweet, and we've used wholemeal spaghetti because it's higher in fibre. And as I was saying, if you're interested in learning how to cook without recipes with our Ultimate Vegan Cooking course, I'm going to put a link down below, so do check that if you're interested.
That's delicious, simple, nutritious, and incredibly tasty. And if you are cooking for kids, just blend up the veg. Thanks for watching. Check out the rest of our Saucy January series. Thanks for watching and loads of love.
Bye.